To pose or not to pose? This dilemma has been around since the invention of fast films, and the entire time it was the photographer's responsibility to present the individual in the most flattering way. And yes, you can do so as well by recognizing what constitutes the elemental human attribute called pose. And yes, pose is necessary, but you can do so without the person knowing you doing it. In this session, I'll give you hints to start you on a way. My name is Lorenc, and I've been a photographer for over 30 years. For a number of years, I was a certified professional photographer. I taught photography at a local college, and in 2010, I wrote a book on photography. And although technology has progressed, the basics are still the same. With all this experience, I am confident that even seasoned photographers will pick up a few pointers in each session. Now let's get started. How often have you picked up a photograph and said, "Oh, okay, snapshot, but nothing special"? Something about it just didn't grab you emotionally. Something seemed amiss, but you couldn't put your finger on it. Then again, on how many occasions you looked at a photo and said, "Hey, this is a great image"? What grabbed your attention? Was it the expression? I venture to say it was the pose. After all, the pose is part of the total expression, particularly if it encompasses more than a face. Let's look at this image. What jumps at you? What are its positive attributes? Would you show it to the subject? Or is there something about it that just seems off? Now let's look at this photo. What is your gut reaction? Which do you like better? Why? What's the difference between the two of them? Is one more flattering over the other? Let's look at them together. Now do you see what made one look better than the other? There are a number of issues here, to be sure, but let's just concentrate on three most obvious. One, the man's hand placement. Did you notice how it's forward? It didn't jump at you in the first one, did you? But now that they're side by side and you look at it closer and you seem like, oh yeah, the other one is backed off on the second one. It already makes it look nicer. The second one, and this one is the most obvious, is what? His hunched back. It's not totally straight, but already makes a big difference. Remember, males, keep them straight, keep them square. And number three, his head placement. See how it was jammed into her head, first one? Now you just backed it off a little bit, put some space, and look at the difference already. You know, posing is a natural human manifestation. It's so much part of our psyche that we take it for granted and fail to recognize it as such. Every time we perform an activity, we pose. All these poses are momentary and second nature. However, when we pose for a picture, that pose is forever captured. Hence the need for care to enshrine that pose and that male and female at their best. All too frequently, photographers don't recognize the differences between the male and the female posing attributes. And yes, they are pretty obvious once you know them. And when you do know them, the rest is easy. That's the whole point of this session. Many photographers don't want to pose because what? They're not sure of what constitutes a good pose. People don't want to be posed because it's so old, so 20th century, so out. But if posing is out, then what took its place? Freeform, casual, environmental, photojournalism, candid, or anything that will enhance their media presence. But when all is said and done, aren't all these people also posing? Today's cameras can shoot thousands of images, and if you shoot long enough, you will get some good ones because people pose naturally. True, but everything has its price. Do you prefer shooting and getting consistently good results, or sitting in front of your computer for hours trying to find that one good shot? We all know that things change, technology, ideas, even society, but what has not changed and will not for a foreseeable future? The male and the female. Knowing that, let's establish a baseline that successful people photography centers on enhancing the femininity and masculinity of both sexes. As it turns out, both display these characteristics without being posed. It's instinctive. Next time you are at a social gathering, particularly if there are many strangers, pay attention how they're sitting, how they're facing each other, their leg placement, their heads, their eyes, all are part of it. You just didn't pay attention enough to recognize that. I promise you, by the time we get through the next few short videos, you'll be a master at recognizing the natural pose and shoot only when you see it, instead of just randomly firing away machine gun style, hoping to get that one good pose. This instinctive human posing is as old as humanity itself. It's also known as sexual attraction. People are using these poses all the time, and we photographers need to appreciate them and enhance the subject without having to use the word pose. This means you help the subject get into that masculine or feminine role, because taking a picture is not the same as trying to attract somebody's attention. Truth is, facing a camera and a photographer is not sexually attractive, and most people need help, so you give them hints to maximize their feminine and masculine potential. Also, posing children is desirable as well. Doing so will get you cutest expression. In the next video, I'll show you how to do it without using the word pose. And quick 10 poses. Check it out. I'll be posting it in about a week.